Welcome to Top Rope Reality episode 55, part 4. Woo! Now let's get started
Double nickel woo.
to talk a double nickel woo. Hashtag that double nickel woo.
That'll be all the daggone letters you can use on a daggone tweet. Double nickel woo.
Double nickel woo. Double what? Nickel? Nickel!
Whoa! Whoa! Pronunciate your words.
Double nickel woo.
What is in our drinks tonight, ladies and gentlemen? We're so excited for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view that we're going crazy.
Which will be no Daniel Bryan.
No Daniel Bryan, and of course, as you already know, bad news. Barrett taking on Neville in the pre-show, and no title involved.
That means it makes it 6 matches on the pay-per-view and 2 in the pre-show, unless they put the tag matches on the show.
Oh, nice. It's ridiculous.
But let's get started on our March Macho Madness tournament in April.
Yes, got the pin handy.
We got the number 1 seed Honky Tonk Man taking on the number 3 seed Shawn Michaels.
Or is it Shawn Michaels?
Mr. WrestleMania, Mr. Main Event, Mr. whatever else they
versus Mr. Intercontinental.
Yes.
But in this situation,
hold on for a second.
Who's gonna win?
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second.
You're gonna get the other match.
Yes.
And then we're gonna go over it.
And our second match is when we got 2. You know, we got time here.
We do have a little time.
We have the 7th seed. That's a good one. A number 7 seed. And Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig.
Yes.
Takes on a number 2 seed.
That's the perfect seed. Ah, I got you on that one.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
The Macho King. The Macho Man. The Macho Man.
The last 4 is a number 1, number 2, and number 3 seeds, and a number 7 seed.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So,
who wins?
Who advances to the finals next week?
When we're only going to talk about them next week. And then the next week.
It's going to be a heavy discussion because it's the finals.
It is the finals. A big discussion. We're going to have to go over their details of their career, if you will.
Yes.
To give you a little bit more insight so we can figure out who is the winner. So Honky Tonk Man versus the HBK Man.
The HBK Man.
Yes. Interesting.
Interesting, but looking at both careers, a Honky.
Who has more longevity? A Honky Tonk Man is still wrestling the independent thing. My gosh.
Shawn could too, and he's quit cheating on people and then
I'm telling you.
Then use the retirement.
I'm going to make you lose, but I can't fight you. Then don't get in the ring at all then, buddy.
But if Shawn catches you with a sweet chin music, you're done.
Sweet chin. The shake, rattle, and roll is a little harder to grab, y'all.
Yes, but if he catches you, if he hits you with it...
That swinging neck breaker ain't going to get you.
I feel like I'm doing a show. Shane McMahon now. You know, so...
the Shane O'Mac shuffle.
Yes. Ah, okay.
As he gets attacked by barbed wire.
Yes, again. Should be fixed. It should be wrestling barbed wire. Yes, see, it's wrestling barbed wire.
Yeah, you hope.
It is, look. Would I be doing that to barbed wire?
You're just not getting stabbed.
Because it's wrestling barbed wire.
Not wrestling barbed wire. It's definitely not wrestling barbed wire.
It's not sticking out, though, look. So if I hit you in the back, it would not stick to your shirt.
We're not going to find out,
On to something else. We are if we want more views. Come back next week.
That's true.
This is going over his head. We're going to get blood on Top Rope Reality.
That's right. Blood not in WWE, but you'll get blood
We're going to
here.
promote it. It's going to be promoted for the week. And save for part 5 next week.
Part 5, which will never happen.
Blood.
Because we only do 4 parts.
But I believe, even though Honky is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time with 1 reign. I know you're saying, well, these other 2 had more days. No. 1 reign.
1 reign.
Longest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
That's true.
As he would say, as the Colonel Jimmy Hart would say, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
That's true.
But
you gotta look at the longevity.
To say,
gotta look at the career highlights.
Honky would try the shake, rattle, and roll.
Of course.
But Shawn would find a way to get out.
He would fight out of that little shaking.
With the sweet chin music and pin Honky 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. So your winner is HBK. Oh my goodness, the pin's
Use this one.
I want my own pen.
Use this one. I'll borrow a pen. Weirdo. Now, for match 2, Mr. Perfect, a 7th seed versus Macho Man Randy Savage.
The Macho King.
The man who lost to the man who lost to the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Catch me up on that, wasn't it?
What, Savage?
The man who lost.
The man who lost to the man who lost to the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Talk Rookie Dragon Steamboat?
Yes.
Okay.
Steamboat beat Savage. Honky beat Steamboat.
Which so.
And then if you watch part 2, which you need to, you will see the Ultimate Warrior beat Honky in 31 seconds.
So we went from Savage to Steamboat to Honky to Warrior. So Warrior. So it
That's easy for you to say.
it progressively got worse.
You go to me with this bumper.
Knock it out.
Yes, okay. So.
No hate mail for me saying it got worse. Chill out, people. My gosh.
See, Savage has got to get you down.
For the elbow.
To hit the Savage elbow. Perfect can catch you coming in and hit you with the perfect plex.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, but still what?
Savage is still a better wrestler.
Oh, saying the better wrestler? That we're not talking better
we
wrestlers.
are. I don't care about their finisher. You could do it. He could beat you with anything. Savage don't got to beat you with the elbow. He's a great wrestler. He can make you tap out to the sleeper hold if you wanted to.
A great wrestler that never beat Hulk Hogan.
That's not his own fault, though. Perfect never beat Hogan either. Only the genius.
Yeah.
Not Perfect.
What does that say? That your
Savage's brother could beat him, but Savage couldn't beat Hogan. That's bad.
That is bad.
That is very bad. But neither one of these men ever beat Hulk Hogan. But they're both on the list of people who Hogan refused to lose to.
Yes, they are.
A little plug for a couple minutes.
Yeah. But, hey, so is he.
He is.
Only Honky is
True.
Yeah.
I got a
But-
text. I didn't know what that was.
That's alright. I thought you were looking at the list, small list. But, so you're pretty much going to say
Bret Hart.
Savage.
I'm saying Savage wins this, and we can't have a bye for the finals.
No,
That's
no
stupid.
bye. There is no bye. No.
Not in the
No,
finals.
I agree with you. It would be Savage.
Perfect is perfect, but Savage is Savage. Okay? That's the only explanation you need. You put Perfect up against Savage at the primes of their career, Savage will beat you every time.
Unless you're Hulk Hogan.
And who cares about him?
He's immortal. Perfect.
Well, the man will die eventually. He is outliving all the other wrestlers from the 80s.
Yeah, he definitely is.
A little weird. Might be a robot, too. I'm into that conspiracy stuff.
So we're going to go with the Macho Man Randy Savage.
We're going with Savage, so that means, ladies and gentlemen, the match that Savage said he wanted, but that HBK said no to. Savage wanted to face HBK after he got done commentating. He wanted to face HBK, but it was an old man facing a young man, and it's a young man's sport, according to the WWE. Yes. So that's why Savage went to WCW. Could they have saved Savage and kept Savage in the WWE if he would have just been able to feud with the HBK man?
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think he would have stayed.
He probably would have stayed, but he didn't feel very respected. And he might have been screwing Stephanie. I don't know, guys.
That's another story for another day.
That's called you're going to jail, because she was definitely underage at that time.
Oh, way underage.
But apparently he's into that kind of stuff. Because Gorgeous George said that he was trying to get with her sister, and she was like 16. Okay. I'm just saying, not speaking ill of the dead, but I'm just saying he a freak.
But if it was true, and we're getting off this thing now.
Freak.
If it was true, he did do what he did to. If he did that to Stephanie, I think Vince would have went after him.
Yeah.
You leave my company, you go to WCW. No, you're going to jail.
You're going to jail for that. Yeah.
You're not going to WCW.
Tarnish your career by doing that. Yeah. So I mean, he wouldn't have left that alone.
No.
I'm sorry. He wouldn't have left that alone. So I don't think it's really real. I just think it's funny that that's even a big deal.
Yeah,
they make a big subject of
that's winning in the Hall of Fame. Well, he's in the Hall of Fame now, so.
Exactly. But
So
Savage
your dad
versus,
is going to let somebody pretty much rape your daughter and then go to another company? No, no,
Yeah.
no.
But you got Savage, one of the greatest of the 80s, versus Shawn Michaels, one of the greatest of the 90s.
A dream match
A dream
for
match.
the ages.
That Savage wanted and WWE did not want to do. I'm just saying.
We will talk.
We will go in more in detail.
We will have the bullet points,
Bullet points, I like that.
and then
Not the
we
Bullet Club.
will decide who is the winner.
On episode 57.
Who is the greatest intercontinental champion
Yes.
of all time?
Exactly. 56.
Right here at Top Row Round.
56, we will discuss the bullet points, and 57, we will give you the winner.
Yes.
Boom.
So let's go talk about the 100
100.
wrestling pay-per-views you must see before you croak, and the key matches in those pay-per-views.
Number 95, the WWE Backlash 2004. One of my favorite pay-per-views for this match right here. Key match, Cactus Jack taking on Randy Orton in a hardcore match for the IC title. Who could forget Randy Orton with the thumbtacks all on his back,
Oh, I
freaking
know.
out? Yes. Triple H taking on Shawn Michaels, taking on Chris Benoit, the WWE title, because this was the month after, this pay-per-view after WrestleMania 20, where Chris Benoit won the belt at Madison Square Garden. And then Chris Jericho took on Christian and Trish because Trish turned on Jericho at that same WrestleMania that we just spoke of and went with Christian, and they had the lip lock of love on top of the stage. You see that was a Canadian love triangle there.
It was.
Weird.
Number 94, WWF Judgment Day 2000.
2000.
The key
We don't
matches-
see those anymore.
The key match, one was a 60-minute Iron Man match for the WWF title.
That ain't gonna happen.
The Rock versus Triple H.
Very good, and they'll be facing at WrestleMania next year.
You had a submissions match for the Intercontinental title.
Interesting.
Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho. Another great match.
Interesting.
You had Shane McMahon versus Big Show in a Falls Count Anywhere.
So basically what you're telling me is Judgment Day 2000 is basically, Judgment Day is now Extreme Rules.
That sounds like
If you look at all these,
Yes.
there's all different scenarios.
Extreme Rules. Judgment Day. Extreme Rules. Judgment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Sounds the same to me. Number 93, ECW Anarchy Rules. 1999 key matches is RVD versus Balls Mahoney for the ECW television title. Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka.
Just run over it.
Exactly. Tanaka's easy. It's a Masato. ECW World Title. And then Tajiri took on Little Guido and Super Crazy. Super Crazy. Super Crazy.
What is he?
Super Crazy.
Okay.
Hashtag. Well, we might get sued because it's his name. But anyway,
Yes.
three-way dance. Interesting. Exactly. We're going to have
Now,
a
wouldn't it
jig.
be funny if they were dancing for real? How extreme is that?
I'm telling you what.
Okay.
Exactly. The crowd decides who wins the dance-off. Oh, I'm sorry. That's different.
Yes, it is.
Never mind.
Number 92, WCW Spring Stampede 1999. The key matches were Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko versus Perry Saturn and Raven.
Interesting.
DDP versus Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair versus Sting
Goodness.
for the WCW Championship.
Look at this weird match.
And Juva 2 Guerrero versus Blitzkrieg.
For no titles.
For no
Just
titles.
a cruiserweight match.
And what that,
What? Blitzkrieg, you thought that was Jerry Lynn?
no.
Oh. So that's Mr. JL. Who'd you think Blitzkrieg was?
Doofus.
Doofus! That's a good wrestler.
I'll come back to
He's
it in a
probably related to Rufus, which was Jericho's security guard. You tried to forget Rufus, didn't you?
minute. I can never forget Rufus.
Woo! So tell me who Blitzkrieg is while I'm doing
I
this.
don't know who he is.
You were looking it up. Look it up.
I think it's somebody else. I think it's Alex, the
Alex Wright?
right boy.
Alex Wright? Alex Wright boy. You're an Alex Wright boy.
Go to 91 and look at your favorite company ever.
It's not. I think you're thinking of his other gimmick where he went like almost bald. That was Berlin.
Thank you. Okay.
With the wall.
Well, you knew who Alex Wright boy was, then, don't you?
I know who Alex Wright is, yes. And then he's Berlin, and his bodyguard was the Wall. Berlin Wall. So interesting, Vince Russo. You're an idiot. Anyway, number 91. Will you get sued for that too? Number 91, TNA Turning Point 2005, back when they had good matches. Key matches was Team 3D taking on AMW, Fat Harris and James Storm, before he was Fat Harris.
Yes.
What was his name in WCW? Braden Walker. What did
America's Most Wanted, if you didn't know what AMW stands for.
What's his name say? What did backstage his very first night there? What did Matt Hardy say? You're a wildcat. You know what he? Wow, what a play on word! You're such a wildcat, idiot. Anyway, and then of course Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles in an X Division title match.
It's only 2 matches off of 20
Because the rest of them sucked.
And now number 4 on the list of wrestlers who Hulk Hogan, brother, refused to lose against. And it is the man, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Go.
A year before his SummerSlam 2006 match with Randy Orton, Hogan finally went one-on-one against the Heartbreak Kid himself, Shawn Michaels. During Hogan's late 80s, early 90s WWF run, Michaels was either one half of the Rockers or he was taking the baby steps to his solo career. As such, the two never met in the squared circle. The dream match of Hogan versus Shawn was seemingly one of those matches that was destined to never happen. Much like Michaels versus The Rock or Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. Oh my gosh, those would be both great matches.
Yeah.
My goodness. By 2005, both Michaels and Hogan had undoubtedly become true legends of the pro wrestling industry. That year, we would see Hogan inducted in the Hall of Fame, and then the idea was put forward for Michaels and Hogan to have 2 matches. How does that say bold? It's supposed to be build. That's bold, ladies and gentlemen. B-U-L-L-D. Okay? Build as
It's bull.
God, it is bull crap.
Bullshite. Yes.
Exactly. Billed as icon versus legend, with the first taking place at SummerSlam. The plan was to put into motion Shawn Michaels turned heel for the feud, or at least attempted to act as the heel. And the agreement was that both legends would win 1 match each, leaving open the possibility of a rubber match somewhere further down the line. The first gripe in the angle was that it was originally planned as a face versus face feud until Hogan insisted on Michaels turning heel for it. That got Michaels, what the heck kind of word is that? I-R-E. You mateys. Anyway. And he used his displeasure to do a fantastic promo I was talking about. In the form of a Larry... I do love it. It's very funny. You should watch it.
You can see on the network.
He super kicks Larry King in the face. Of a Larry King type skit that poked fun at many facets of Hogan and his in-ring work. With Shawn already pissed off with things, Hogan revealed before the SummerSlam match he would only be able to do the 1 match as he was having knee issues. So Shawn had begrudgingly turned heel for 1 match, which he was going to lose. As such, Michaels went out there and completely oversold all of Hogan's arsenal to an almost, on the network, probably not.
Yes.
Almost farcical, if not hugely entertaining extent, in what is one of the most memorable SummerSlam moments of all time. So basically, he just went way above and beyond, overboard, to make Hogan look like an idiot. And so,
of course you have to.
And so, here we go. That's it for that.
That's it for that one.
Now we're going to debate on who the top 5 rising stars.
Blitzkrieg is some nobody. He's retired now, so.
Aww. Bye, Blitzkrieg. Nobody cares.
He was like in WCW from 1998 till 1999.
Ooh. Long time, but he's not early.
He lost in the September 20th episode of Nitro. And the following this, Ross, which his name was Ross, retired from wrestling on October 14th.
In order to become working full-time as a computer technician, good job.
So, yeah. Internet,
tells you
it's great.
Tells you everything, even while you're on the air.
I know.
And while we're on the air, I'm going to write down my 5 rising stars because I forgot to do.
That's so sad. So you want me to give mine 5 when you're doing yours? Then?
You better do your 5 first.
My top 5, who I believe are top 5 rising stars.
Yes.
Number 5, Dean Ambrose.
Interesting.
Is definitely a top rising star.
Yes, sir.
I mean, he did a lot with the Shield, but as a singles, you know, people say, well, you want a pay-per-view match? Well, it takes time, but he is definitely rising.
He might win a pay-per-view match tonight.
He may break that streak.
Of course, tonight is like already happened.
Yes.
So we'll already know.
Did he win one? Did he win one?
Did he win one? Tell us. Jump to the screen and tell us.
Number 4, Kevin Owens is definitely a rising star. Because he can rule NXT.
He can for a long time.
Or he can bide his time and then jump to the big leagues.
It's true.
Even though they're saying NXT is a lot, you know,
It's the new
probably
big
a
leagues.
lot less stress down in NXT.
Of course.
You have a little more leeway because Triple H does allow you to do a little more things than you do in the big leagues.
Which is going to suck for some of these people, kind of like the Ascension. I mean, they were so over in NXT, and now it's just like, I don't care.
Nope. They
So far,
haven't beat the Lucha Dragons on a win the last time they won a match.
Especially, Bo Dallas is another one. Xavier Woods is another one. Both of them came from NXT, and they flopped. The only ones that have come from NXT that have done well, and I don't really consider the Wyatt family or the Shield because they were almost pre-NXT on the network.
Yeah, but still they were from NXT, though.
I'm talking about post-NXT
Okay.
on the network. The only ones that have done well is the Lucha Dragons.
The devil.
So far, I mean, he's only won one match.
At least it's
Maybe
not Mighty
two.
Mouse, thank God.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right, number 3, Kalisto.
Kalisto, speaking of Lucha Dragons.
He will be the new Rey Mysterio. Which,
will
hey,
be.
we lost. Hey, Rey can go off and do movie. Oh, wait, excuse me. He went somewhere else to wrestle, didn't he? I thought he was going to movies. He's tired of wrestling. So he's a liar, too.
Triple A and Lucha Underground.
Sami Zayn is a rising star. He is going to be Mr. He's almost there. Oh, he just got
The underdog.
cut short. And number 1, he is the future. He is the WWE champion right now. You're thinking he's a champion. How can he be a rising star? Oh, he's going to be. He's going to be in the main event for years to come. Seeing nothing, no major injuries.
Absolutely.
I mean, 5 years from now, Seth Rollins will be in the main event picture.
Yes. And his style, I don't think will. His style's not like Daniel Bryan, so I think he'll be around for a while.
Yeah.
He's not going to get hurt too much.
So those are my 5.
That's his 5, and I came up with 5
stars.
right off the top of my head. And some of them are the same. It's not because I wasn't listening to him.
It's understandable.
Now there's one I really wanted to put in here, but I was like, I don't want to, but I did.
Hey, if you think it's the 5 rising stars.
I think these 5 are rising stars, but I think one of them is a honorable mention, and I will go over that in a second.
Well, if you honorable mention, then I'll have my honorable mention, which I took off the list. Prime time players. I believe.
You think they're really actually investing time in them finally?
I believe they are. The backstage skits they've been doing, making fun of the other tag teams, it's hilarious. And prime time players, they can work this so well. It's a black tag team. There you go. One guy's gay. I mean,
It's true.
So
But
many,
they don't have
so
to
many
surround
things
about that.
and they don't have to. Hey,
But he did say his favorite color was rainbow.
you throw the little joke. People know. It's not like we don't know.
Right.
And I love the primetime players, and I hate it when they busted them up. But if they put effort into them,
Yes.
they can also be a rising stars.
Yes, they didn't put effort into him last time, and then they split it up and had no effort in the split up.
You don't.
And then, of course, Darren Young had to get surgery and all this kind of stuff, even though it was because of no days off, so that kind of sucked for that. But anyway,
And we stuck with Slater Gator.
I
And
think
now we're back with millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars. Okay.
I never can get the rhythm right on it. Anyway, I'm a white man.
We're
I'm sorry.
white. We don't have no rhythm.
That's true. But I do agree with that.
We're rhythm and blues.
But if
No
they
rhythm.
would, no rhythm and blues,
Blues, yes.
exactly. But if they would put time into primetime players, I can see that. I like how they're doing some promos with some of these people and not really having them wrestle as much. That's primetime players and Bray Wyatt. They're putting in the time of just promoing a lot and just getting people invested in the.
Because Bray's not even on the Extreme Rules tonight.
Exactly. But he might be on the Extreme Rules tonight. You just
Yeah,
never know.
maybe.
You never know.
I hate that the opponent, the next opponent feud is
Ryback.
with. I'd rather be Roman Reigns.
That would be cool. Even if he's losing to Roman Reigns, make him look good, it'll still, either way, it'll help.
Yeah.
Number 5 for me, 5-1 here. Number 5 is Neville.
Yes.
Because saying Adrian Neville sounds like Aaron Neville, and even Dr. Tom Pritchard got confused on that, and he said Aaron Neville when he said he's going to be a great star. Yes, Aaron Neville was a great singer for his time period, but that's over with now.
I don't know much. I had to think of the song. I had to grow with it.
Woo!
Okay.
This is live, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, number 4.
Live and over.
Woo! Number 4, Kevin Owens.
Yep.
He is rising.
He will be.
Number 3, Sami Zayn. The underdog.
He's underdog. That would be his spot. I mean, he may. Do I ever see him capturing the WWE World Heavyweight title? No. Intercontinental United States? Yes. Tag team? Yes.
But he may be another Daniel Bryan. They may cheer for him so much he gets the World Championship. Ain't that be great?
Well, you got the ole, 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 ole.
That Lost Matador stole. Yep.
So,
Number 2, Dean.
W gave to him.
That's true. Number 2 is Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
And number 1. And then I'll do my honorable mention.
Okay.
Because he's probably better off than any of these guys right now. Number 1 is Bray Wyatt. Okay, those are my top 5.
I mean, these people we mentioned, they're at a point now where a loss doesn't hurt.
No.
Yes, Bray Wyatt lost Undertaker, but it was the Undertaker. It won't hurt.
It made him look even better.
Neville, he lost to Seth Rollins, who
on
was
the
rising.
second week there.
Yes, but it was a hell of a match.
Great.
It made Neville look good. It made Seth look good.
Exactly. But my honorable mention.
Yes.
Is the man with the paint, Mr. Finn Balor. That man will be a main event star if I've ever seen one. He is so over. And if the Lucha Dragons could get over people watching NXT with the Lucha.
Well,
he's going to be so over when it comes to his entrances. Oh my gosh.
I don't know how much longer he's going to be there, though. I know he's going to have a little feud starting up. It looks like, if you read the spoilers, which we're not getting away, if you read the spoilers,
a little triple threat thing going.
They're leaning toward one or the other turning heel. Don't know which one.
Talking about him or the Japanese guy?
Uh-huh.
Ah!
So I think they're going to have their little feud.
They love making Japanese people bad.
They don't need to make him bad.
This is not World War II people.
No.
Chill out!
Make Finn Balor bad. I know he's got the makeup stuff.
But the makeup stuff makes him look evil anyway.
Right. I think make him bad. Make Hideo Itami the face. Yeah, okay. Spoiler alert!
I know, right?
Sorry to give it away, but if you can read it. Yes, they had a lot. I think they will have a little riff there because they had a tag match.
Tyler Breeze in there.
Didn't they have a tag match? I think they had a tag match, and they kind of lost because they're off cues. They're starting.
Interesting. I can see Finn Balor being a bad guy. I mean, he did come from the Bullet Club. Bullet Club bad. But I can see it. I don't think he'll be a heel for the long haul. I think he'll still be a good face at one time or another. But I do think he's a rising star for sure. They have a lot of money riding on him, bringing him from Japan. And I think that they could do a lot with the makeup. I mean, the shirts are probably selling great. I have one myself.
Hope they're selling great.
I know I have one. So, the one without the face on it's kind of weird.
Yes. But when do you see him showing up?
Well, you know when they first signed him, they made a big deal out of it, making it sound like he did not want to stay in NXT very long. But I think when he came to NXT, he realized, oh crap, I don't know as much as I thought I did. Because he's having to learn camera angles, he's having to learn hard camera, he said, I'm just used to just going out there and beating people up.
Right.
Now he's having to learn how to work the camera. He's having to learn, especially with the entrances and stuff like that, there's timing cues and everything. So I think he realized, oh, I need a little more seasoning than I thought I did, Because some of these people, I think that might have been what happened to Chris Hero, is that some of these people walk in there thinking, oh, I'm big and bad. I know what I'm doing. But with him, I think they kind of humbled him a little bit. And plus, the man had to take driving lessons from Dusty Rhodes. So you need to learn how to drive before you go in the main roster, because you're going to have to trade places. If you're riding with people, they're not going to want to drive you around everywhere. You're going to have to drive every now and then.
So
I think, I would say, because your prediction for WrestleMania 32 is he was on it. I would have to say I think he will be on the main roster before WrestleMania 32.
Oh, yeah.
So within a year.
I'm thinking between SummerSlam and Survivor Series.
Very nice. But within a year, he will be on WWE main roster.
Yeah. He will not be. There'll be a lot of people we talk about now will be on the main roster. Don't know if they sink or swim.
Right.
We'll have to find out on that part.
But with the way they push Japanese people, I could see Itami not doing as well as we thought he could, because Tajiri's the only one that did well.
It all depends how they push him.
Exactly. Tajiri had a great push.
If you write crap
but
for
you
him,
look at Jimmy Wang Yang. Look at
crap.
Exactly. Well, he was also a Kyo Sakota. Both bad. Sakota's now suing them and everything. But anyway, I mean, all these Japanese people, Funaki, I mean, horrible.
Yeah, but
Just jobber. I mean, he had a job for a long time, but he was a jobber. Tommy does not need to come in and be a goofy character. He does not need to come in and be a jobber. You take him serious. Because he's basically John Cena of Japan. They've said that. They have said that he is the John Cena of Japan. There was a big coup getting Kenta to NXT.
Should be interesting.
So you have him now, do something right with him. Because so far, he has not made as much impact as the rest of the signings. And they may be working it slowly, and that's fine. I'm okay with that.
That is true. He hasn't really.
He is not. Sami Zayn,
I mean,
Kevin
they gave
Owens,
the push
Finn
to
Balor.
He was the first at WrestleMania.
Yes.
He made his big WrestleMania debut. I mean, in a losing effort.
Yes.
But
they're saying if the Andre the Giant Battle Royal would have been on the main pay-per-view card, it would have been Finn Balor. See see if that's true, that shows to me that it would have meant more if it was on the main card.
Yeah.
And he was a secondary choice. You never want to be a secondary choice.
No, you don't.
So to me, that shows right there that they don't. And he hasn't. Sami Zayn's made more impact. Kevin Owens made more impact. Finn Balor's made more impact. To me, even Tyler Breeze has made more of an impact than a Tommy.
And now you may be getting Joe.
And Joe, too. He may be getting shoved down the list, and that's not good. You got to have something. And to me, yes, GTS was his move, but CM Punk made it famous in the States. So to me, you need to come up with something different. And all these wrestlers doing the foot stomp to the chest, it's a sloppy-looking move. You need to come up with something that is way more aggressive, and it looks better. I'm just saying. We went way over.
We have gone over this week. I mean, Part 4 had a lot of things on it. I mean, that's understandable, and they've turned us off, and they'll keep watching and
that's right.
on the tube.
Absolutely.
But we had something to say, and it was good to say.
It was good things to say.
And, I mean, I do see a Tommy being NXT champion before he makes his permanent jump.
Yes, Finn Balor may not be, though. I don't think he will be.
No, I don't think he will either.
Because Kevin Owens is going to keep it for a little while. I think Finn Balor is going to make the main roster before Sami Zayn, before Tommy, and before Kevin Owens, and he will not be the champion.
That's right. Yeah.
Mark it down, write it down, underline it.
Underline it. Well, that is it for Part 4. This is it for Episode 55.
Double nickels over.
I want to thank everybody for watching. Come back next week for Episode 56, where it's going to be more of the same wrestling talk that we do every week here on the YouTube.
Yes, we're going to talk about Ric Flair, someone that Hogan refused to lose against. And
number 3, it's Flair.
And of course, continue to talk about Macho Madness, 5 more of the 100 pay-per-views you must see before you die, and countdowns and SummerSlam talk, and plus a whole lot more.
A whole lot more right here. So I want to thank you again for watching, and we'll see you here next week. Top Rope Rowdy, I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm Justin Kyle.
We'll see you next week.